This is going to be an update to the video, or the videos that I already did on huge landscapes in Ue4. And before we get into the new updates of how I figured out to do things a little better, here's kind of a sample of what the end result will be again, just to show you. And this is a full 8,129 by 8,129 map. It's the biggest that you can make like this other than streaming, which this map's plenty big enough. And some of the new updates that I wanted to show is I was having trouble painting on the terrain or the landscape, so I kind of want to show that real quick here, how nice it works. You can just paint now whichever material you have loaded in, and it works. It's awesome. Before, there was tons of problems using the other method, and I'll show the difference here. And real quick, I'll spawn in here. Kind of made that bunker real quick, just playing around. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to spawn in with this weapon and kind of play a game. It's kind of entertaining, actually. Taking the spawn bot and the bot spawn. But yeah, anyhow, it's pretty entertaining, and this is a map that I was playing around with and come out pretty good. But alright, I'll show you guys how to do all this. So we'll get out of here, and like I say, this is just, I'm going to kind of go a little faster than last time, and I don't have nothing planned out. I'm just going to go through it. I'm going to make a new map. So the first thing I'm going to do is look, and of course it's on Vietnam, so I'm going to look for Vietnam major battles, and right here, outline of Vietnam, and let's go with Operation Crimp. And here we go again. I do the same thing. I get the longitude and latitude. Now their website's kind of messed up. I don't know what's wrong with it, but all you really need is these numbers here, the geo code. So I'm just going to minimize this window because this is where I want the battle to be. And same thing as before. We got to find. I use the same place to get my maps as in the other videos. I guess I better show that real quick here too. So yeah, here's the same website again, and you'll want to come on the world and pick some place. Different places they got better digital elevation maps than others. Let's let's see, I'm going to come down here. Matter of fact, I'm going to just go through here. I've got, let's see, this map and this map already saved, so I'll just download this one too to show you. So you just click on it, and then you'll get this. And I always go with the TIFF. Download that. It'll start downloading. Hopefully it goes faster than that. But as that's downloading, like I say, and I still do too. I always use I use MicroDem. MicroDem's homepage, and that's a new update too as well. They have 64-bit version available now, and most everybody is. So right here it is, new 64-bit. Right here, you want to download this. Here's for 32-bit. And with this, I guess you don't need the Borderland database if you read it all and everything. But I still, after I install it, as I'm installing, there's still, when I go to open it, there's a bunch of stuff pops open. You gotta say yes that you want to install it or open it, and it's quite the process actually. But if you accept everything and go through the process, it should work for you. I wish they would fix it, but. And you will still need TerreSculptor. I spelled it wrong. Yeah. Well, anyhow, right here it is. Here's the website. You want to come on here and you want to download it. Where is it? I haven't been here in a while. TerreSculptor right here. Download the Terra. Right here is the alpha software, and right here again. You want to download right here for Windows. Download and install that too. You'll need both MicroDem and TerreSculptor. You will also need. Okay, this is done downloading. You will also need a photo editing software, like I'll be using Photoshop. So I'm just going to close out of this. So you got your maps, you got your MicroDem installed, you got TerreSculptor installed. So I'm going to launch MicroDem. Here we go. It always opens up like this. I just cancel out of this one and close this out. Here's something new that I discovered that I didn't know the first time when I did this. I told you to go to Open DEM. What's really cool is you can go to Open and Merge DEMs, and that's what I'll do this time, because we'll merge a couple of them. That page we were just looking at with the whole world and the little square blocks, you can actually merge them little blocks together now in MicroDem. Crap. I need to pull in that one from the downloads that I just did, so I'm going to try to do all three of them. There it is there, and I will extract it here. So it gives you some other file formats, but I always use the TIFF like I said. So select your maps, hold down the control key as you're selecting so you can select all three of them, all three of the TIFFs, and then click open and it'll stitch them together here. It does a pretty good job. Takes a second. There we go. I should have grabbed this map too. I could have stitched all four of them together. But anyhow, this is what it should look like. And we're going to pull up. Here's our geocode. We want the geocode. We want this format right here. So I just copy it. Oops, didn't want to do that. And come back over here to MicroDem. And I'm not going to go through, but you guys got to shut off all the grids, scales and everything. I show you how to do that in some other videos, so I'm not going to go through all that right now. But all we're going to do is right click go down here to geocode, click that, and we're gonna paste in our geocode, and it popped in way down here. Well, I wasn't expecting it to be down there, but okay. So that's where that battle happened, Operation Crimp. So first thing, like before, I just grabbed the crop button and I'm gonna crop out a pretty good size square this time because we're gonna do the 8129, and I already know that it's not going to be big enough because as before too, like in the other videos, I'll go find it real quick here. Ue4 Map Size. There's only certain map sizes, and I mean, like I said before too, you can sit there and figure out the math if you want to. I don't know how, but right here, these are all your landscape sizes, and I'll be doing the biggest one, 8129, but I would recommend doing only smaller ones until you guys figure it out, because it takes a while to load all this stuff. So and I'm trying to get a map on MicroDem here that's bigger than 8129 pixels wide square. So I'm going to keep zoom in, because as I keep zooming in, I'm going to bump it up to 4 here. As this zooms in, it actually makes the map or the image larger. And I don't know a way to tell what size it is. And before, you used to be able to come on your map and you could go to edit image. But it doesn't work anymore with Photoshop CC or this new 64-bit version. I don't know what it is. So the way I've been getting around it is I come down here and I go to copy map to clipboard and then quick map. Okay, I'm going to launch Photoshop, and I just come up here because it's copied to your clipboard. It's going to Photoshop's going to try to open up. If you go to new, it's going to see it's trying to open up right here. It's trying to match the map size. So we're at 3,492, and like I said, we want 8,129. So I'm just going to close out of this, minimize this. I'm going to go back. I'm going to just go zoom factor 2 more. See how big this takes us. It'll get us bigger. I don't know if it'll get 8,000 or not. So back here, go back down to copy map to clipboard, quick map, pull up Photoshop, file new. So okay, now we're 69. So one more time and we'll be there. So like I say, it's easier to reduce, but you lose a lot when you make the map bigger. And this does this. It says not responding, and you think it crashed, but just give it time, and it'll come back. And you know, if you're doing a smaller map other than 8,000K square, you know, that's why I say try it on. Go small at first until you get it figured out, and to see how big your PC, what your PC can handle. So back down here, copy, quick map, pull up Photoshop. Let's see here, file, new. Yeah, see, we're plenty big now. We're 13,000, so we're good. Just minimize that. We're going to go back to this map. We got to do a couple real quick things. We got to go to display parameter, and we want to go elevation. We want to change this into grayscale right here. Then click OK. Yeah, and you got to get all them grids and scales and everything off the maps, because it'll actually turn it grayscale, and you don't want that stuff in your map. So alright, here we go. Now we do the same thing. We got our grayscale map. We want to mark our geocode down. So we come back here, go to geocode, and it saved it for us. So I'm just going to click OK. OK. And we're going to right click. And we're going to go down and save the map out now, because we got to go to Photoshop with it. Click map. Photoshop back up here. And we want new. And we just say yep. And then we come up here to edit, and you go to paste. And there's your grayscale map. Only problem is it's pretty dull for this one because it's all lower swamp. And I'm going to zoom in, and there's our geocode, which is red, and we don't want that really. And plus we want it bigger, at least I do for this big huge map, because this is our marker. This is the exact longitude latitude of the Battle of Operation Crimp. And like I said, like, you know, this is the only way I know how to mark it, so I know where it's at on this map. So I'm just going to grab my box up here, and I need this bigger so I can find it easy, because it's easy to smooth out. Okay, I don't know why that just did that. That's really goofy. Always something. Alright, well, whatever. It can be like that. All I'm trying to do is get this box white and bigger. So however it takes you to get it white and bigger, there we go. Control D, get rid of the binding box. Now, other very important, image size. This is where you have to set your 8,000 or your map size from this page right here. So pick whatever size map. Make sure that, let's see if I think I can do this. Yep, so I'm going 8129, so width 8129, height 8129. Set your reduction here and drop down, and click OK. That's a big 8K, so that takes a second there. So we have everything, and I'll just scroll out real quick. There's our white map dot now, and you can kind of see what the land's looking like here. It's going to be kind of low though, not very many mountains. The white's going to be big mountains, anything. But anyhow, we want to save out now, so save as, and you want to, first thing is save your file type, and I do a BMP. And let's go back here. I'm going to make a new map, because Operation Crimp. Operation Crimp. Oh, I better take that space out of there just in case. Save. And default save. Okay, all done with Photoshop. We can minimize some of this. And now we're going to want to launch TerreSculptor right here. We want to import. Go to where you just saved your Photoshop file. And of course nothing shows up, so you gotta come over here and go to your BMP. Okay, well, I don't know where mine went to now. Okay, it didn't go in there. I'm gonna put it in there. There it is. All I did was I saved it in the wrong location there, and I moved it real quick, and I'm going to reopen it. This is all default. And looks like a bunch of nothing, but you want to go to modify altitude right off the bat, and I just hit maximum, and that's it. In my other videos I did some other stuff, I pulled it up and everything, and you can if you want to, but you lose some of your elevation. But hit OK. It's going to change the map some. The first thing you notice is that big thing sticking up. That's our marker again. That tells us where roughly we are in the world. So it looks like the only hills we got are over that direction. So anyhow, we're gonna go to, now that we've got that, we got to smooth it because it'd be too jagged otherwise. And I think I've been smoothing it out too much with these settings. I need to take time and go back through. You guys need to play too. Find what smoothness you want. I'm just going to do this for now, so okay. Because if you don't do any smoothing and you take it in Ue4, it'll look like a saw blade everywhere. It'll be jagged teeth landscape. No good. I didn't realize it was going to take that long to smooth. Come on. So, yep, and I'm going to show you guys how to make a new material. I found a new way of doing it, and I think it's much better. Works out a lot easier. And I'm not shutting my video off and trying to compose all these videos of unpausing and repausing. So you can fast forward it or whatever. Alright, we got smoothness now. And you can't see anything because I didn't pull it up, but I didn't want to lose any elevation. But anyhow, we're going to want to make our alphas for our different textures or materials. And I always go with slope and leave the minimum to 0 first, and I just take this up maybe to 2. Something like that. And you want to save this out as a raw 8-bit, and I'm going to name this flat because this is all the white areas are basically flat, and it's already going to save it in the right directory. An operation crimp here, save. And then you want to move this slider up to 2 where it was just at for the maximum. Now I'm going to bump this up a few, kind of see what we get. That looks pretty good. This is going to be the blend, and I come back down here and I'm going to just name it middle. Save it out, same file format. These are going to be your different materials, like I say. Now this here, you just move this up to 10, the top one, 10, wherever you have it set. It's just whatever your choice is. It doesn't have to be that. But on your last one, this is going to be my last, and I just take it all the way up. That way it gets the entire world. Anything, because if you don't take this one all the way up on your last one, and you bring it down here, there could be some like bald areas on your landscape where, you know, the alpha information isn't there. Come back down here. And these, all the white is that basically going to be cliffs, or the cliff area, anything with a steep angle. So cliff, save, save, and okay. And you could do more, like I say, you could do, I think you can do 5 or 6 or whatever. I haven't tested it. So we got our alpha saved out. Now we're going to come back and we're going to export our landscape. And we want to do this 16-bit raw and operation crimp. And it's going to save it in the right location and save. Everything's default. Okay. There we go. Now we can come in Unreal 4 and alright, I'm just going to start new here so that you guys can see exactly what. I'm just going to close out of this. So what you're going to want to do is open up your Ue4 and you're going to want to go to Marketplace, or no, Learn tab. I'm sorry, Learn. Scroll all the way. I think it's right here. It is shooter game. You want to click on this and download it. There'll be a thing pop up. Download it, install it, whatever. And then once you do that in your library, it'll show up down here. You're going to want to click Create Project. And once you create a project, it'll put it up here. I'll just do one here, create project. I'll put it on my F drive. And because it's different, because I already got one here, let's see here. How can I do that? I'll just rename it here. So F drive and shooter game test. Create. Renaming the code. See, that's why I don't know about all this here. I don't know what this means. I need to figure it out, but that's because I renamed it. That's why I left that other one default, but I'll just hit continue. It's going to go through its thing here and it's going to spit one out over here. I don't think we're going to sit here and wait for all this. So anyhow, once you do, you'll get a shooter game. Just double click it to launch it.
User entered your channel. Disconnected.
Once it gets done loading here. I just paused it because I'm trying to get this to go a little faster. Alright, so here's a shooter game. You can spawn here and play or whatever too, but this is their map or whatever. But the whole thing is go up here to File, go to New Level, Default, and this is, we're just going to delete this here because we don't need this in ours. And the reason why we're doing this is so that we get their guns, and you know, it looks better than that blue guy running around that has no gun. This will give us gun and some bots and stuff. That's where all this is coming from. So first thing we're going to want to do though is we need to save, and we want to, this is our map name, so operation crimp. And you have to do this. If you don't save right now, there will be a problem, is what I have found. So save your map out. even though there's nothing there yet. Okay, so now we get to start. And just like last time, we can import our height map. So I kind of went faster too. I didn't show that. You want to click the landscape tab up here, and then you make sure you're in the manage here, and then come down and click import file, not create new, import file. Click here and go to the file that we just saved out in TerreSculptor. So wherever you just saved all that stuff at, I'm gonna go back. I put mine in, oops, mine in new maps, and it's Operation Crimp. And right here, Operation Crimp. Here's our R16 or raw 16. Open that up. I brought in, that green is actually the height map, but we need to hook up the textures for it. So, if you notice, it's detecting the size, which is awesome. So we need to build a material for this, and that's kind of thinking here. I don't know if I want to screw this up or not, but that's alright. We'll just do another material here. Environment, materials. We're going to want to do a new one. New material. I'm going to name it the same as the map. Operation Crimp. Mat. And let's open this up. Blank. So as before, you need some materials, and if we go back to our content browser here in the materials, we don't have really a lot of nice ones to choose from. They're alright, but they're not nothing for big landscapes. So I went and I migrated from the default map, and I showed how to do that in the other video, but I guess I can do that as well real quick here. So I'm just going to launch, and I'm just gonna launch the default. So you'll want to go to new project, and it's Blueprint, not C++, first person shooter. I'm just going to leave this default, but this is where you name it, where you're storing it. Create project. I'm just doing this to get the materials out of there, because you're going to need them unless you made your own or whatever. So here we are. Starter content over here. Go down to the materials, and you want this and this one and this one, well, or whatever you want. But these are the ones I'm going to demonstrate. And so you get them highlighted by holding your control key down as you click on them, then right click, asset actions, and you want to go to migrate, and you want to say yes. And then this here, you have to find where you started that shooter game at. Like I was showing you, I put mine on my F drive. Yours is probably going to be on your C drive. And then it's going to go through the same thing here. You're going to want to go C drive and find, it'll be C drive, users, your username, documents, Unreal projects. Then you want to make sure that you click on the content examples. No, I'm sorry. That's wrong. You're going to want to go into the content folder. You want to make sure you're on the content folder and click OK. If you're not, it'll say that you're on the wrong folder. So, but you want to be on the content folder of your shooter game and then click OK. I'm not doing it because I'll have doubles. And then it'll migrate everything out of that first person into your new shooter game. So, and it's going to come in, and you'll have to come down here, and it'll be under this. It'll be starter content. It'll make a new folder here and everything for you. And you'll go to materials, and there they are. There's the same three. Okay? So, start with one of them. Double click it. Open it up. Just like before. We're going to take all this, drag a more key box around it, Control C, Control V, or Control C to copy it. Go back over to the one that we just, Operation Crimp Map, the one that I just started a new one. Paste it in with Control V. Move your main out of the way. We'll draw a box and then hit the C button, and then you can comment this, and I'm just going to label this flat. And then we're going to go back to here. Oops, wrong one. We can close this down. My project 3, we want to close that out of there. That was just to get the materials. I just want to go back to my content browser. There we go. Now this one here, we'll open this one up. Same thing, move this out of the way. You just want to copy these, Control C. And go back to where, yep, there's what we just put in. Control V. Hit the C button for comments, and then this is the middle. Pretty much same as before, but I'll show you there's going to be some different here in a minute. Over here, I want to go back and get the third material, the ground moss, which I screwed up. But anyhow, we're going to get this, same thing, copy it, Control C, where did it go? Oops. There it is. And paste it in here. Drag a comment around it. And we're going to call this, I screwed up. Let's just fix it now. I got these out of order here. I want this one here. I don't know how to grab a hold of it all and move it somehow or another. Alright, well, we'll select it all, and then we'll be able to move it. Maybe, maybe not. Well, alright, well anyhow, I'm just going to go for it. These should have been switched around. This is actually gravel. I wanted the gravel on my cliffs, and I wanted the moss in the blend in between the grass, actually the middle. And I can still do that, but it's just going to make things complicated, so here, let's just do it right. I'm going to burn the time. I don't know how else to move all this stuff, so I'm just going to do it real quick here. I want the moss. Control C, Control V. And this is the middle. And then the gravel. This is going to be the cliffs. Cliff. Okay. So, The difference now is, instead of using, first thing you're going to do is right click, go to landscape. Now before we used landscape layer weight, and it's no good. We want landscape layer blend. And it pops one out here for us. Layer blend. So highlight it, come over here. You're going to want to add at least 3 of these for now. For our flat, middle, and cliff. And you got to come through here and name them. So you want flat, and the names have to match. Middle, and cliff. That's it. Now, so from each one of these materials, we have basically the diffuse, or the color, we have the roughness, and we have the normal. Okay, so that means that we need 3 separate ones of these layer blends. So, same thing. Control C, Control V, and then just Control V again. You want 3 of them. Like I say, we need to hook up the normal, the rough for each one of these. If we were going to do a metallic, we would add another one and do metallic. So anyhow, come get your colors, your base color, and you want to start. Here's layer, this is the flat, because this was the flats. So come down here now to the middle, grab the color one, or what would have been the color. Oops. Take it into middle, and all the way down at the bottom, grab your color, or your base color, and you want to put that into layer cliff. Okay, so now we need to do the roughness for each one. Same thing. This was the roughness. We want to go in the flat. That's our grass. And here is the roughness. So we pull out of here. And we go into the middle. And all the way at the bottom, go to the roughness. Pull your wire out. Now I'm left clicking, holding down, and I'm using the scroll wheel at the same time. It really feels retarded, but it works. Okay, now we need to hook the normals up for all 3. Same thing. Pull the normal off. We're going to go into the normal node, which is the flat. And down here, grab the normal. This is the middle. Oops. That was an accident. I just canceled out of it. And again, I did it again. I bumped it. I'm bumping the right button as I'm doing it. Shouldn't have said nothing about being retarded, because now it's haunting me. And we need the normal from down here. And there we go. Okay, now we've got color, roughness, and normal from all 3 of them. And here's our main material node that when you first start out with. So we want to hook the normal up into the normal. Same for the roughness layer blend into the roughness. Base color layer blend. It doesn't say that, but it is. It's base color into there. Now we want to save, apply, and save. Go back to our main here and go to where we just made that material, which I made mine in environments, materials, and should be under operation crimp right here. It looks black, don't worry. Drag and drop that into your material. It says we got 3 elements, and there they be, flat, middle, and cliff. And now we want to hook these alphas up that we made in TerreSculptor. So open up I just, I hit that right here, open that up, and of course all files, and here it is, flat to the flat. You want to do that for every one of these. That's the middle, and then down here is our cliff. And now we got to hook up. Here's a new part too from the way I used to do it. Instead of, here's the part, I used to do the blend layer. It's actually the blend layer normal. You want to do that for everyone and let it go in its default location. As long as you made a new map and you saved it, it'll have its own location. If you're already did a level and you're doing another level like I did, it'll actually try to overwrite this and it screws up everything, so don't do that. And you want to do that for every one of them. And here they are. Here we go. And now if we did things right, we hit the import button, and if with any luck, it should give us an 8K map textured. Takes a little while. Jeez. Oh, dear. Gotta love autosave. That thing is such a pain in the butt sometimes. There's our map. Looks pretty sweet too. I can't believe it does that. And we're at the maximum speed of 8. So yeah, this was all swampy lowland. I was hoping there was going to be some mountains in it. There's our marker right there. I guess I should have researched where Operation Crimp was. The only 2 hills we got are these 2, and they're about cut out. But it's alright. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I wish it would have been a mountainous area, but whatever. Now, the part that had me baffled before is trying to paint on this. Before, when I would try to paint on it, you could never paint on it. So go to paint tools, make sure you're on paint, circle, smooth, make sure that that's all right, and then you come over here and you grab one of these, and you want to make sure your tool strength is up and your brush is decent, and you can start painting, and it paints beautiful. I mean, it takes right over, does the normal map and everything, so, which is pretty cool. And so, okay, so we're painting. So, okay, now you're like, well, I want a new material. I want to be able to paint with something else. Well, here's how you do that. Go back to the material we just built. Okay, here's your 3. Okay, let's scroll down here because we're going to put a new material in. So we're going to go back to the content browser, and let's just grab something out of, now those are the ones we had. Let's grab something out of this package that comes with. So environments, materials, and let's grab one of these grass materials. Here we go. Open it up. Alright. This is generic. This is a cheesy grass, but it'll work. So controls, grab them, Control C. Go back to our material. This is the one we just made. And we're going to paste that grass in here. There it is. We'll just comment this out, call it grass. And there we got the same deal. We got our base color, roughness, and normals. So we'll go up here and double click our layer blend, come over here to our settings, and we just want to add another element. So we come down here, we're going to name this grass. There's our layer grass, and that's for our base color. This will be for our roughness. Got to do the same thing. We need another grass node in here, so we'll come over here, hit 4 elements in grass. That's for our roughness, and we got to do it for the normals. Same thing. It's pretty repetitive. Here we go. Grass. Now we come down here, grab our base color, grass, and do that to all of the, here's the roughness. Whoa. To the roughness one. And that's what's nice about this new way. You can add as many as you want. You just gotta repeat the same procedure. Keep adding elements to your layer blend. And this is the normal one. There we go. Apply and save. Jeez. Saving. Alright. It can just save its brains out compiling shaders. So, here's our grass. And, yep, you guessed it. Blend layer normal. Let it go in its default place. There it is. Click on it. Like I said, don't goof. Make sure this stuff's all set up to paint. Come out on your map and paint you some grass. It's got to compile the shaders here for a second. It'll go pretty quick. And yep, look at that. Is that beautiful or what? There's your grass. It's pretty cool. You can just come over here. You can dial in your strengths and stuff and just barely hit the brush. It kind of fades it in too just right if you do it like that. You can get some pretty good results. It's pretty cool. And if you're in the shooter, if you started out with the default shooter, then you don't have to do nothing. You can just jump in and you got a gun instead of a blue arm. Yeah, it works out pretty well. I'm going to save all here. I can see down here with these little these stars that it needs saved. So it'll take a second to save. There we go. And let's see here. What else can I do? I'll come back up here to my bunker that I made, and we'll put a material on it. Whoa, turn that down some. Drag that material on there. And okay, real quick too, if you want to get bots on your map, we gotta zoom out quick here. Oops, wrong button. There we go. 8. Let's get way out here. Well, there's far enough. You want to come over here, and you want to go to volumes, and you want to come down here. You want to put a light mass important volume. Drag it out. This helps build lighting, and believe it or not, it will build. This 8K map, the lighting will build, which is impressive. And I know the scale of this. The light. This is just a volume, so I go 4500 by 100. That gives me extra because I know the map's 8K. But see, and there it is, all outside the map. Them yellow lines is the light mass importance volume. So I just want that over top my landscape. Don't have to be perfect. Okay, so. There's that. Now we need another small item. Where did it go? There it is. So, and I'm just going to do a small area. We need another volume. We need the nav mesh bounds volume. Drag it out. And it takes a minute. There we go. It didn't want to release. Same thing. I'm just going to do, say, I don't know, 500 by 500, because this, I don't understand how it works, but it's enough to drive me crazy here. It just keeps constantly building nav mesh down here. Maybe I shouldn't even went that big, but that's kind of the area where the bots are going to be in. I'm going to shrink it down too, because I'm not sitting there dealing with that nav mesh constantly building. There we go. So there we go, and we want to put some player starts in real quick. So back to basic, player start, drag one out there, and we'll put one over out here in front, that way I can shoot them real easy in the back. Put another one over, I don't know, here or something. Alright, and then file, save all, and after this time we're going to spawn in there and kill us some bots. Alright, so let's hit the play button. Yep. So to get bots to spawn, you gotta hit the little tally key. It's top left corner of your keyboard under the escape key to open the menu up, and then you're going to want to type in spawn bot, like that. Spawn the bot, hit enter, and a bot will spawn in. And if you want more bots, there's one already coming here. You want more bots, so just type it in again. And he got to me. Oops, I'm stuck in the spawn bot mode. Let's spawn some more bots. There we go. pretty cool. Not much, not very complicated, and yep. Hey, look how bad that tiles, because they don't have none of the nodes set up. It's tiling terrible. Still don't look bad though. I should put it way over there. I wanted spawn on there, but anyhow, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to show. You guys know anything? Any pointers or anything that might speed this up? Let me know. Any questions? Ask away. I'll try to do my best. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I know it'll help me out again. Like I say, I end up forgetting 3-4 months down the road some of these key points and doing this stuff. So, alright, you guys have a good one.